Hello everyone, welcome back to our playthrough of Trudvang Legends with the two new characters, Ulf the Warlord from the Wildland expansion and Dora the Bard from the Lost Stories expansion. When we last left off, we had battled some forest trolls in the eastern Darkwoods, and now we're going to be heading down into Dranbelt. There's no longer the engagement phase, we're now going to move to the explore phase. There's nothing to explore, but we're going to go up to the travel phase, and we're going to be traveling into Dranbelt to investigate the rumors of this mysterious ice cult, where they've taken up residence in a monastery. We go back to the engage phase, as there are forest trolls here that we are going to have to take on, so we're going to go into combat. I'm going to slide the forest trolls down onto their statistic card. Now we're going to draw Dora's 4 feet cards that she's going to have available for this combat. We've got Chic Block, Stance Swap, Strike, and Battle Chant. We're going to go over to Ulf. And Ulf has Supply, Combined Speed, Safeguard, and Combined Hit. So let's start pulling tokens for Dora. We pull 3 at a time. Having a little trouble here. Alright, we've got a miss. Also have an air and a earth. And if we can get this stance swap going, I can spend a chronicle point to finally have Chic become defensive or aggressive. We haven't done that all game long. We've got to get that pig into the action. Oh, we've got 2 misses. So if we stop right now, we can trigger Battle Chant, and that'll be all. But we'll still be in the blue on the miss track, and we'll be able to gain a chronicle point. We'll also be able to block one of the incoming attacks. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop there, and we're going to go ahead and draw for Ulf. And Ulf, we've got a miss. We want to do some damage. We're going to put the fire up on combined speed, and we will put the earth on supply. Let's draw 3 more. Another miss. Another earth. We're going to go ahead and fire up supply. And the water can't go anywhere. We're at 3. I think we have to take a chance. I think we're going to go for it. Let's pull 3 more. All right, we're looking good. Okay. No negatives, which is excellent. We can end up firing up our combined speed. And we also have our supply. So now let's take the bonuses for the miss track. Dora gains a chronicle point. Ulf landed in the neutral region, so he's not going to gain any bonuses, but he's also not going to get any negative effects either. So now we can do our fast attacks and skills, and that's just what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and use our combined speed here to do a fast attack. We're going to exhaust a guard, and then we're going to use our supply card to gain a chronicle point and refresh that same guard. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's a closer look at the card. We're going to do 3 attack. We have to exhaust the guard to make this attack become fast. So we're going to exhaust him, which is going to kill one of the forest trolls who only have 3 health. So let's go ahead and get rid of him. Flick him over. Now we're going to go ahead and use our supply skill. We're going to gain a chronicle point. And then we're going to refresh that same guard. Put him right back on the map where he belongs, in Dranbelt. Now it's time for the enemy attacks. We're going to have Dora block it because she's going to go ahead and use her Battle Chant. And if needed, we can use her 2 chronicle points to cancel any triggered effects, which we did not get anyway. That symbol does not match. It only did 1 point of damage, which she blocks easily. We're now going to use Ulf's Warlord's gear. We're going to spend 2 chronicle points, and it's going to give us 2 attack. And not only that, but we can refresh or exhaust 1 guard to deal +2 damage. So of course we are going to refresh our other guard and go ahead and get rid of that forest troll. Now you can only use an item once per combat. As you gain items, you would have a deck and you would stack them and you would just put the card to the bottom. You can only use the item that's on top of that deck. However, you can use as many items as needed during combat, but you can only ever use any item once per combat. Alright, we defeated all the forest trolls and we get another experience point. That makes 3, so it is time to level up. We'll start with Dora. We trade in our 3 experience points. And now what we do is we draw 3 cards from the top of our level 2 deck. This will upgrade one of our level 1 cards, and we discard that card from the game. So if you take a look at these cards right here, they all have to do with Shriek, our pig companion. The Squeal attack here upgrades us to a 4 attack. Shriek block stays the same 2 block, and then Duet does gain us an extra chronicle point. I think we're going with Squeal attack. We want that 4 attack. That's a 1-shot on the Draugrs and the forest trolls. We also have the possibility of going up to a 6 attack if we can ever get Sheik to change to a different stance out of vulnerable. So what we do is we take the level 2 card and we replace the level 1 card. The level 1 card gets discarded from the game. We add the level 2 card to our deck, which will end up shuffling up. Now, the remaining 2 cards, one of them is going to go on the top of our upgrade deck. The other is going to go on the bottom. So we're definitely going to see one of them next turn or next level up. And the other one we won't see for, I think, the level after that. We're going to put Duet on the bottom and Sheik block on top. Hopefully we get some luck at changing his stance, and that can become a more effective block for us. It is now time to level up Ulf. First thing we need to do is go ahead and trade in or discard our experience. And let's go ahead and deal ourselves out 3 level 2 cards. We've got Supply, Combined Hit, and another copy of Combined Hit. Now, Supply is not a bad option. It gives you 2 chronicle points instead of 1, and you can refresh a guard. But the Combined Hit, going up to 3 damage, being able to exhaust the guard to bring it up to 5 damage, that allows you to 1-shot the forest trolls, the Draugr, and the Garm. So we're definitely taking the Combined Hit. Now, we're going to go ahead and put the other Combined Hit right on top as well, and we will put the Supply on the bottom. And that's how you level up. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up the decks, and then go ahead and go back to go from the Engage phase down to the Explore phase, and check this monastery out. Alright, let's go ahead and move from the Engagement phase down to the Explore phase, and we are going to go ahead and check out Point of Interest E. A monastery of the cult of Nid. It's uncommon to find one of them in Dranvelt. Interact to read entry C1029.
Dusk deepens the night when you arrive at the monastery of the Tenet of Nid, from where Nedra reportedly came. It's an ancient construction, almost a fortress, with moss-covered walls. Despite delayed hour, a procession of hooded people is entering the monastery, conferring briefly with the monks who guard the entrance. Disguising as a hooded pilgrim could allow you to enter undetected.
Each hero in the party must perform a Charisma 2 test. A bard succeeds automatically. So Dora, our bard, succeeds. We're going to go ahead and read entry C1014.
Lowering a cloak's hood over your features, you join the procession. The monks at the gates give you only a cursory glance and nod. The strange procession leads to the catacombs. You follow. While you go down the narrow stair, the man before you in the line suddenly stops. He's a big fellow with a silver beard. He sniffs the air like an animal might, and muttering, "Bad night," turns away, abandoning the congregation. You get a good look at him, and as you follow the others, you're certain you won't forget his face.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and read entry C1016 next. But first we're going to unlock side quest. I'm going to grab the card C6006, the Shadow of the Garm. Let's check that out. These are the numbered story cards that we'll be grabbing and unlocking throughout the game as we play. And let's just flip it over. We're going to take this and we're going to end up putting it into the sleeved story area. And now this side quest is now available. Shadow of the Garm. It's time to unravel what transpires in northern Trudvang when the sun sets and the Garms leave their dens to hunt. We start on page 28, entry C6, the introduction. So this is a side adventure. Once we finish this one, we can choose to go on side adventures. It is important to note that when you have any combat during side adventures, that the characters gain no experience, but they will gain items and unlock different story elements that can change the board state.
You're in a temple under the monastery, one that surely doesn't belong to the tenant of Nid. Hooded figures gather before a pillar of black ice which shimmers with the sheen that fills you with unease. A tall monk, probably the high priest, stands before it and announces,
Brothers of the Ice Cult, it's done. The Snow Saga is finally ours. The relic is on its way to Darkwoods, safe in the hands of Two Cleavers. The time is near.
The image of a towering ogre wearing a big helm appears briefly on the pillar. He holds the Snow Saga in his hand. You recognize him immediately as the one you dreamed of, who stole the relic and murdered your mentor. The image fades quickly. The high priest stops abruptly and stares at you in surprise.
Intruders! Cold mistress, grant us the power to defeat them!
At his prayer, the pillar of ice behind him shimmers. In an instant, two of their number howl and rip out of their robes, changing into weirgarms.
If a hero in the party has the Black Crystal Shard item and wants to use it, we read entry C1009. Well, we don't have that. So we're going to place 2 Garms in the region. Now that symbol means it's an elite enemy. So there's going to be something different. Let's reveal point of interest I and see if we can figure out what that is. Here we go, Weirgarms. Let's put them next to the regular ones and see. So the regular Garms have 5 health, 2 attack. Either symbol triggers this, you add negative token to your mistrack. The Weirgarms, the elite ones only have 4 health, but the symbols have different effects. The symbol on the left there has the gain -1 token, and the one on the right is we lose a health for each negative token we have on the mistrack. Alright, so we go from the explore phase up to the travel phase. But we're not going to be doing any traveling because we have a couple of Weirgarms here in the area that we need to take care of. Let's go ahead and engage them. Alright, let's add the elite Weirgarms to their statistics. And let's get ready for combat. Let's draw Dora's 4 cards, her 4 feats. We've got a strike 1. Another strike 1. Stance swap. And a shield block. Let's go to Ulf. Alright, we have a safeguard. We have a combined hit. A combined hit 2, our new upgraded card. And another safeguard. Alright, we have 2 fires and a water. We're definitely going to fire up one of our strikes. It'll allow us to do 3 damage and almost kill one. Let's choose to block. We'll try to block all the incoming damage if we can. So I didn't get any misses. Should I split these up? No, let's fire up. Let's fire up a strike and guarantee we do at least 3 damage. Let's pull 3 more. That's an excellent pull because I'm going to fire up the other strike. That'll take one of the Weirgarms out. That'll take one of the Weirgarms out. I think we're done. Now, let's troll again. Alright, come on, give me a leaf. Yes. I was really hoping to fire up the stance swap also, but at least we got the block. So, Dora's going to go ahead and stop there. Let's go on and see what Ulf's going to do. So Dora's going to block one of the incoming attacks, and she's going to take one of the Garms out. Let's see if Ulf can take out the other one. Alright, we got a fire for one of our combined hits, and a second miss. Well, we have to pull again. We got to trigger one of these attacks, or at least try to get a block off here. We can only afford 1 miss. We got one. We are going to be able to fire off our combined hit, which will take out the second Weirgarm. So it really doesn't matter where I put the other token because I got 3 on the mistrack. There's no way I'm going to pull again. Alright, let's resolve things. First we go to the mistrack. We stopped in the blue, we get a chronicle point, we go from 4 to 5. Ulf also stopped in the blue on his missed track. He gains a chronicle point, but he also gains a second chronicle point, and he ends up getting +2 to his combat, which allows us to take out another weregarm without having to exhaust a guard. We're not going to do any fast attacks, and we didn't activate any skills, so we're going to go straight to enemy combat. Dora's going to block 2 with her Shriek block. Nothing triggers. That stops one incoming attack. Ulf is going to take the next attack. It's 2, but we got a trigger symbol here. We have to gain a negative attack token to our missed track. So we put that all the way to the left, and it will push the extra chronicle point off. We still get the +2 attack and 1 chronicle point if we trigger the blue. And now we have -2 health, -1 to our attack if we push our luck too far. Alright, we have 2 incoming damage. Let's give it to one of our guards. We now have one guard with 2 health and another guard with 3 health, and Ulf has 3 health. We're going to go ahead and fire off our attacks now, and we're going to use both of our strikes to take out one weregarm, and then we're going to use our combined hit, plus we got the 2 from the missed track, to kill the other weregarm, which will allow us to gain 1 XP each. If we take a look at Point of Interest I that we unlock with the weregarms, it has defeat and interact to read entry C1018. So let's go down from the engage phase to the explore phase and go ahead and interact.
After a daring feat, you go searching for cultists, but they've fled. In dark cells in the depths of the catacombs, you find the real monks. They've been abducted by these mysterious cultists who disguise themselves as monks of Nid to use the monastery as a base for their blasphemous plans. They are very grateful and invite you to visit them whenever you wish. In addition to thwarting the ice cult in this region, you discovered an important lead about the theft of the Snow Saga.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and sleeve location card CS014, Monastery of Nid. We unlocked adventure card CS015, the Thief of Darkwoods. And we get the reveal point of interest F. Let's check these things out. Okay, we first have story card CS014, the Monastery of Nid in Dranvelt. Let's go ahead and sleeve that. And let's get a closer look at the Monastery of Nid. And this is fantastic. The monks have invited us back here as much as we'd like, and we can interact with this location to spend a chronicle point and to heal 2 health. Now let's check out story card CS015. Thief of Darkwoods. Let's sleeve it. All the clues you found regarding your mentor's shadowy assassin point towards the Darkwoods. If you want to avenge your mentor, you must travel to the murky forest and find the assassin's trail before it fades into the mist. Start on page 8, entry C2, Introduction. Now let's check out Point of Interest F. Palace of the Jarl of Sturhaven, Wildland. Go back to the Jarl to report your discoveries about the Ice Cult and your lead on the Snow Saga. Interact to read entry C1020. Okay, so we want to travel back to see the Jarl. But first, we are in Dranvelt, and that is where the monastery is. And we want to use this, spend the chronicle points. So we're going to go back up to the travel phase and not travel. And then we hit the engage phase, where if there's no enemies in the region, we have to resolve an event card. So let's go ahead and grab an event card. And let's hope it's not anything terrible. On the road, the warm lights of an inn welcome you. Each hero in the party must perform an intelligence test. So we only have 1 intelligence rune in either bag, and we're required to get 3. So we're automatically going to fail this test. And each area that fails, we have to discard a blue token. And decide to drink all night instead of recovering your energy. Well, in our defense, we were celebrating a victory over the weregarms. So Dora doesn't have any blue tokens to discard, but Ulf, he's going to have to discard his +1 attack token. Okay, let's move back to the explore phase where we can interact with the monastery. We could also interact with the city of Ildibad, but we don't want to do that. We're going to go with the monastery. Ildibad, we can spend 2 chronicle points, and we can refresh any exhausted characters. We don't have any. And we could also gain an air token to our token bag, or to our rune bag. We don't want to do that. So the Monastery of Nid, if you recall, we can spend 1 Chronicle point and gain 2 health. So we're going to do that for both our characters. Ulf is going to go down to 1 Chronicle point, and he's going to go up to 5 health. And Dora is going to go down to 4 Chronicle points, and she's going to go up to 7 health. Alright, we're going to go right back up to the travel phase. We're not traveling, so we're going to go back down to the engage phase, where we're going to have to pull another event card. Dark Night, Dark Dreams. Your sleep is troubled by strange visions. Are they prophecies, or just a representation of your fears? Each hero in the party must perform an Intelligence 2 test. Well, we only have 1 Intelligence rune in either of our characters' bags, so we're automatically going to fail. Each hero that fails, you wake up, frightened, and unable to sleep again. We each have to gain 1 minus Chronicle token. We'll add 1 to Dora. We're going to slide down her negative health and add a negative Chronicle to the mistrack. We're going to do the same for Ulf. We're going to add the negative Chronicle token. It's going to push down his plus and his minus attack tokens. And now his track is full, and anything else that goes on it, we're going to push our blues off. So we got to get him going with tokens again. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the explore phase so we can interact again with the temple, spend a Chronicle point, and heal 2 health. We'll start with Ulf, spend his last Chronicle point, and his health is going to go up to 7. We now go to Dora, and she's going to go down to 3 Chronicle points and up to full health at 9. Alright, let's go back to the travel phase, and this time we're going to leave Dranbelt, and we're going to head up into the Eastern Darkwoods. Now we're going to go to the engage phase, and we're going to have to draw another event card. We have found a dwarven merchant. You meet a traveling peddler who offers you his wares with a warm smile. Each hero in the party must perform a Charisma 3 test. That's 3 air. If at least 1 hero succeeds, we're going to end up getting an experience point. If all the heroes fail, we're each going to lose a Chronicle point. Alright, remember we draw 7. We need 3 air. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got 1 air. We got 4 tokens to go. We didn't get one, so we're not going to be able to pass this test. We didn't even grab a second one. Jeez. Alright, let's see if we can get Ulf to pass. We didn't get any. Alright, we need something here. Nope. And we've already lost. Let's see if we can just get 1. Nope. Alright. Let's see. You acquire an object only to find that it's worthless. Each hero loses a Chronicle point. Good thing for us, Ulf doesn't have any Chronicle points. Dora's going to go from 3 down to 2. Let's go ahead and go back down to the explore phase. But there's nothing to explore, so let's travel. We're now going to go from the Eastern Darkwoods back to Wildland. Let's not forget to bring our bodyguards. There are no enemies to engage here either, so we are going to get another event card. Forgotten Roads. Your steps are taking you down an old, unused path in the wild. Each hero in the party must perform an Agility 2 test. Each hero that succeeds, we discard a negative token, and each hero that fails discards a bonus token. Alright, I think this is going to be the one we pass. We're going to have Dora go first. We only need 2 leaf tokens. Let's give it a good shake. No whammies. Alright, we got 1 leaf token. We got 4 more. Oh, we need a leaf token. We did not get it. We failed another test. This is becoming a little too common for our party. Alright, Ulf. You've got this. You've got to save us. Oh, we're off to a bad start already. Oh, that's not helping. We can't. Oh, We got one. We are truly skillless. Alright. Let's see. Each hero that fails, you struggle to find your way out. Discard one blue token. Ulf, he's going to go ahead and lose his positive or his +1 combat token from his mistrack. Now for Dura, that's no problem. She doesn't have any. We will now go from the engage phase to the explore phase, and we are going to interact. With point of interest F. Palace of the Jarl of Storhaven. We are here to report our discoveries about the Ice Cult and our lead on the Snow Saga. We're going to interact and read entry C1020.
Once you return to Storhaven, the Jarl summons you to his private quarters. You report to him all that you have discovered, and he listens in silence.
We need to investigate more on this mysterious ice cult,
He says, rising.
Nevertheless, you did a great thing for me and avenged the honor of Storhaven. From this day forth, you shall be known as the Avenger of Wild Land.
You bow to him and join him and his housecarls in a banquet, which this time goes without incident. Then, you remember that a grim task still awaits you.
Discard point of interest F. A hero in the party gains the title card CS008, the Avenger of Wildland. Alright, we have story card CS008, the Avenger of Wildland. Following the Jarl's request, you travel to Dranbelt to investigate the origins of Nedra. There, you face the fanatical ice cult. The mysteries surrounding the cult still remain, but in recognition of your feats of bravery and loyalty to the Jarl, you'll be known from this day forward as the Avenger of Wildland. I'm going to go ahead and give this title to Ulf. We can see that the title gives him plus a fire rune. So we are going to add a fire rune to his bag. And that's a title. So that'll go into the next adventure with us, even the side quests. And now it is time to read entry C1 End.
You return to Khajanti's tower, still unprepared to bid the last farewell to your old mentor. Khajanti's body is well preserved, another sign of his great powers in life. You clean the body with perfumed oils and place it on the funeral pyre. The flames rise tall and fierce, and within the smoke you see the ghostly figure of Khajanti. He warns you, with a deep voice borne on the roaring wind.
Hear my words. It falls upon you to recover the Snow Saga. If you fail, Fimbulwinter will descend on all Trudvang.
The wind and image fades, and only the crackling flames remain. Your old mentor's time is at an end, but your adventure has just begun.
This first adventure ends, but you can continue the game by selecting an adventure from the ones you have unlocked. Good luck. Okay, join me next adventure as we head out on a side quest. We're going to play a new adventure from the Lost Stories expansion called The Salvation of the Many. Until next time.